welcome to our channel. My name is Cardinal. If you're new here, I'm a first year PhD student. I enjoy making videos on self-care, productivity and student related content. So if that's something that interests you, be sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss future videos that are related. As you can see from the title of this video, today I'll be sharing with you how to harness your hormones and increase your productivity by taking into account your period cycle. The female hormonal cycle resets every 28 days, and generally society doesn't take this into account when we're planning and structuring our tasks. And this is what I'm here to teach you and what you'll learn by the end of this video. Now, by watching this, I'm assuming that you go through the period, menstrual cycle, time of the month, whatever you want to call it, but if not, watch anyway and then send it to your mum, sister and girlfriend if you have one, because let's share the knowledge, people. So generally your period is divided into 4 phases: the follicular phase, the ovulation phase, the luteal phase and the menstrual phase. The first phase is known as the follicular phase. Starts the first day your period has ended and typically lasts around 10 to 14 days. Referred to as the spring season, where everything is growing, blossoming. Because estrogen levels are rising, you're more likely to be creative, inspired, motivated with that go get it type of attitude. You're also going to be more easily attracted to new things and new activities, therefore making this the perfect time for creative writing, learning new skills, starting new projects, just planning and general organisation. It's also a great time to just try and be involved in more complex tasks. So for example, for me, this will be more statistical thinking and data analysis. Outside of work, this would also just be a great time for planning social events and trying new things and learning new skills. Because biologically, these hormones are telling you to move and go find a mate. You may find yourself to be a little bit more restless at your desk and easily distracted. In order to combat this, I would definitely recommend planning some exercise into your schedule to remove some of that excess energy and allowing you to be more restful and focused at your desk. The next phase is known as the ovulation phase, otherwise known as summer, where everything is shining, everything is great, life is bright. This is when your egg has been released and it typically lasts around 3 to 4 days. During this phase, estrogen levels are at their highest and so are testosterone levels. This phase activates the verbal and social centers of our brain, making us more likely to want to be outward, communicate, talk to people. You're going to be more energetic, magnetic, attract more people to you. Therefore making this the perfect time for group activities, scheduling lots of meetings, networking opportunities, for giving presentations, having difficult conversations and taking risks. Outside of work, this would be a great opportunity to plan first dates, schedule fun activities for yourself and your friends, and also engage in pleasurable activities because your orgasms will be firing during the ovulation period. And that is good for your mental health, so recommend. One downfall this phase could be that you just say yes to everything and overpromise, which could and may overexhaust you, so just keep that in mind. Then we move on to the luteal phase, otherwise known as autumn or fall for our American friends. Things are coming to an end. This typically lasts around 12 to 14 days. During this phase, you'll have high estrogen levels and progesterone levels. Now, progesterone has a very calming effect, which means that you're more likely to want to slow down relative to other phases. Definitely more of an introverted phase. Things that are perfect to schedule during this phase would be tying up loose ends because you're going to be more detail orientated. More simple-minded work like administrative tasks. I would also recommend limiting your meetings during this time. Cook your meals beforehand so that you're able to conserve more energy for your work. It's okay to say no to things and it's okay to rest. And it's also okay to divide your tasks. You don't have to take on the whole world and do everything on your own if there is an option to share. Outside of work, this is a really great time to add some extra nurturing, comforting and self-care activities to your schedule, such as meditating, yoga, more comfort foods. If you'd like me to make a video on more self-care activities that can help you guys through this phase or just help you guys out as students, then be sure to leave me a comment below and like this video. Towards the end of this cycle, this is when you typically also experience what is known as PMS. It differs and fluctuates between everyone, but typically things to alleviate these symptoms could be to exercise, cut out alcohol, to cut out caffeine, and make sure that you're staying hydrated. Now, the last phase is known as the menstrual phase. This typically lasts around 3 to 5 days depending on the person. It starts as the first day of your period. During this phase, estrogen levels are low and so are progesterone levels. This means that you're more likely to be more fatigued, have lower energy levels, but you'll also be moving a lot slower, meaning that you'll have more intuition and you'll also be thinking a lot more logically. This is also a very introverted phase where you're more likely to want to stay in your pajamas and wear comfortable clothes. So honestly, whatever works for you. I know I made a video in my morning routine, which can be found over here, where I mentioned that it's better for you to change into your work clothes if you want to be more productive, but especially during the menstrual phase, really it's just about your comfort. So just wear whatever feels comfortable for you. Some great examples of things you could be doing this time could be reviewing your work, self-evaluation, reflection, what's going well, what could be improved, how are you working, are you overworking, what's weighing you down, what times of the day do you feel your concentration dipping and what can you do about it? And also just resting. So just be patient with yourself. If you're not so enthusiastic about being around loads of people, then that is absolutely fine. Do what works for you. Listen to your body. You're also more likely to feel emotionally vulnerable during your period, so be sure to plan ahead and schedule for more self-care and nurturing activities as mentioned before. For me, I love to watch comedy films, have early nights, and just sit with a lovely hot chocolate. But how can I possibly monitor all of my symptoms? Best apps that I would recommend to help you monitor your period cycle. One would be an app called Clue, which is the #1 doctor recommended app to use, or Flow, which is the #1 women's health product, mobile app version. I would definitely recommend you using one of these apps and trying it out. Let me know if it works for you, what you think. It's just a great opportunity for you to track your symptoms, track your mood, and really understand your patterns, can organize your tasks, and therefore work more productively around it and as a result of it. I don't know about you, but when I learned all of this information, I was just like, wow, this absolutely made a lot of sense and I wish I knew about this sooner. I would love to take credit for all of this information, but unfortunately it did not come to me in a dream. It all came from the inspiration of reading this book called Period Power. So if you'd like to learn more about the topic that I've discussed in this video today, then I will link further details to this book in the description box below so you can read more for yourself. And that kind of brings me very nicely to the end of this video, where I really hope you've learned something and you've enjoyed this video. If you would like to see more productivity related content, then be sure to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and leave me a comment below so that I know whether to continue to make these types of videos or not. I really would be curious to know what you guys think. Did you learn anything? Did you enjoy this video? Are you going to be making any changes? But that's all for today. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope to see you soon. Take care, stay safe. Bye. Knowledge is power. The number one, which is the #1 mobile women's health product. That is a long sentence.